Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new edition of the Triple Trio, our weekly look at all things Hong Kong racing with the best form analysts in the business and Clint Hutchison and the Hall of Fame jockey and Raymond Shane Dye. And we're all together, we're at Sha Tin, it's the calm before the storm. International meeting's going to be red hot. Hello, Hutch.
There's been no calm and there's been plenty of storm so far this week, Richo. So it's been a great week. It's been a good lead up. We're going to see some superstars on the weekend. And talking of superstars, it's nice to be sitting, like you said, alongside of one instead of looking at him in the wall.
Oh, it's good to see him in the flesh.
I might be able to get a word in.
Oh, please.
He's going to dominate.
I'm too far away at my place to get a word, and you just control the show.
Mate, we have had a lot of fun already. Not only, of course, are we here recording a whole lot of content for our show and getting ready for our show today, but also the Triple Trio Tour is having, well, it's up and running. We've got over 50 people here. And by gee, Hutch, we started on Tuesday night with a welcome dinner and we've had a lot of fun.
Little recovery session early Wednesday and
right.
I was into the races, which was fabulous. And Shane, you mentioned the food. I mean,
It's amazing.
They were blown away with, you know, the quality of what was on offer really at the Valley.
Well, that's what I said at dinner the other night, warning everyone at our tour. There was about 50. Whatever you do, don't eat before you go to the races. Unlimited lobster, oysters, sushi, meats, everything, and it's all day, all night, and you don't get that anywhere in the world.
It is absolutely brilliant. And also through your brilliance, Hutch, we had a little punters club, which is always part of it, isn't it? The little punters club, and by gee, you nailed it.
Oh, well.
We had wads of money by the end.
It was a tough night, but yeah, it was lovely to end on that note. Of course, we managed to land a treble and the consolation for that matter. So it was put a bit of pep in the step by the end of the night, and it's what you want.
Hey, Clint, you weren't there, but I took Richo around Happy Valley for a walk and filmed some. Halfway round, he wanted to have a running race with me. Now, we're talking about one of the greatest runners ever, winner of the stall gift against me, and he wants to race me. I said, not a bit hope in hell.
Yeah, he likes to
show off.
Likes to show off.
He wanted to
basically.
show off.
Well, I like to pick on someone that I think I can beat. I don't want to
Beat?
I wouldn't have tried to.
It's not even a contest, mate.
Don't worry, that'll be a feature next season. We're going to break that track with all unbelievable. I mean, Shane Dye's assessment of that unbelievable Happy Valley surface is incredible.
We're going to drip feed it, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you guys went to all the different starts, the 1,000, the 1,200 and the miles. So we've put out a little teaser so far on the socials, but stand by because some of the stuff Shane's done there apparently is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's so good. And also caught up with the CEO of the Hong Kong Jockey Club as well. So make sure you stay with us on HUTCHI'S, Honkers and the Triple Trio because all that content will be coming through. Your brother-in-law, Casper Founds, really good, Nick. That was a wonderful win in the trainers win in the IJC.
It was. What a night in the start, Shane, with Joe Moreira.
Yeah.
He's come back in. I know they weren't in the IJC legs, but that...
Boom, boom.
It was almost like a couple of knockout blows, wasn't it?
Joe's a superstar.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. Doesn't matter where he goes in the world, he rides winners. He's getting older, but he's still as good. He's outstanding.
And Ryan Moore is class, isn't he? He won the IJC, but also Casper Founds winning the Trainers League was fantastic.
Cass had a great night on it, and you know he targeted that meeting obviously with some horses, and you know he's a very good trainer when he puts a target out there. More
4 times he's won the championship, I think.
More than often than not, he'll get it pretty right. So it was good for him, and he's going to be a chance, I suppose, in the trainers title this year.
Definitely.
If he can continue the momentum through, that is for sure. So it was a great night. Ryan Moore, your man. I know you speak regularly with Ryan, and gee, the sight of him bursting out of the pack to win that the last leg of the IJC, it was fabulous.
Brilliant.
I think I'll give him a good plug.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go.
I give him something in the idol, so that sounds outstanding. We have 2 unbelievable special guests that are about to join us. One is the champion jockey from Hong Kong in Zac Purton, and the other one has just been crowned the Longines World's Best Jockey in James McDonald. But before that, on Wednesday night, I arrived at Happy Valley and I have the great pleasure of having a tour with the one and only Nicole Purton. Such a special night, Wednesday night at Happy Valley for the Longines International Jockeys Championship. And the mayoress of Happy Valley joins us in Nicole Purton. So good to see you, Nick.
Welcome back. It's like, what, our third
Yes,
time together
I think it
at
is.
Happy Valley?
You have literally showed me the sights, but more on that in a moment. This International Jockey Championship field is unbelievable, the 12.
It is. They've really put together a great field this year, so it's going to be exciting to see who takes it out at the end of the night.
People will be jam-packed in here. The atmosphere is electric, but I believe the Hong Kong Jockey Club are going to take it up a notch this year. Tell us about that.
They are. We've got a few more hospitality areas that we can check out tonight, so stay tuned for that. And then also there's a little bit of tech being injected into the Happy Valley scene this year, so we'll have a look down at that at the Beer Garden later this evening.
Well, there we go. So, as always, on this Wednesday night, it is a tour with the best in the business, Nicole Purton. Let's go and check it out. The IJC Heroes photo booth, courtesy of AI, is fascinating. Wonder who you're going to pick as a jockey.
Let me think. Probably Zac, if that's okay with you.
Good decision
I
for
thought
you.
so too.
Who am I going to pick? Do I go? Give me the pros, like Huey, J-Mac.
Oh, do you want to upset them though? Why don't you just go for like Rachel?
I'm going to go Umberto. You go...
Zachary.
This should be a good photo. Let's go.
Perfect.
So the results are in, Nick. How did we go? Give us a look.
Well, I think it looks just like me.
Show that. Show our beautiful audience.
What do you guys think?
I reckon you nailed that. That looks fantastic. Now, for me, I don't know what happened.
I'm speechless.
You know what?
For once.
I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know. I don't know
about the hair.
I don't know if anything like me, but I wouldn't mind this mop. Woohoo!
The first of 4 legs with 12 international superstar jockeys all vying for the 2025 Longines International Jockeys Championship.
Out wider on the track is Bunter Baby. He's rallying strongly for William Buick after Beauty Thunder, Bunter Baby. A terrific finish between Buick and Purton for the first leg of the IJC. Maximum points Buick.
So Richo, we're at the Beat. This is a new bar restaurant that's open to the public and members of the Jockey Club. It's just opened this year. But one thing I don't know much about is this. What's this all about?
Well, what it is about making it easy for people to consume racing who are new to racing. So here's a great example. Horse number 12 is Strongest Boy. Now, some punters here who are new to racing would be like, give us some sort of information where we get excited about. So AI vision of the horse is awesome. So straight away, I reckon everyone's interactive. So here we go. Top 3 finishes past 6 runs, only once. Jamie Richards, Caristine, all that stuff. You can scan the QR code to bet on the horse at $8.40 and $2.90. But have a look at this.
I was going to say, there's a bit more information.
So 9th ranked for fitness, 5th ranked for jockey, 7th ranked for the draw advantage, 5th for the track and distance. The trainer's ranked 10th at the moment. So they give that a bit of a graph as well. They're literally making it so easy for people to go, yeah, I like that horse.
Yeah, and have a bet.
And check it out.
Yep, no, perfect. Well, not just champagne and wine that it's got on offer.
Amazing gaze digging in deep. Corleone hanging tough. Ace War, one final thrust at the post. Corleone has held on. A terrific finish to the first 2 legs of the IJC. 12 points for Ryan Moore.
The Hong Kong Jockey Club has literally provided something for everyone, Nick.
They have, Richo. We've got Vantage and Beat. We're at the Vantage at the moment. The Beat has live music, bar, snacks, cocktails, probably a younger crowd, whereas Vantage has more formal dining. Maybe better for you and me, but that's okay. We're here to watch the races no matter what, and both venues have amazing views of the racecourse, as you can see. I actually can see the Jockey Heroes AI.
Oh, don't mention it again.
I nearly didn't recognise you without your mop of hair.
Still too soon. Racing starts now.
Here's Silvery Breeze motoring home for Huey Bowman. Silvery Breeze goes to Flying Fortress, who lifts late. Silvery Breeze has defeated Flying Fortress. Silvery Breeze, David Eustace and Hugh Bowman for maximum points. And he really came after Purton, did Bowman on Flying Fortress there. And here's Ryan Moore blasting through with triumphant Moore. Ryan Moore, the IJC champion of 2025. Triumphant Moore, Ryan Moore. They take out the 4th leg of the IJC, and he's been too strong right through the middle. Triumphant Moore from Tourbillon Golfer. There we have it.
A unique opportunity for everyone in Hong Kong and everyone around the world to see the highest rated horse in the world in HKIR Rising flex his muscles in the Longines Group 1 Hong Kong Sprint. And the pilot, the superstar jockey, the best in the business here in Hong Kong, Zac Purton, joins us. Zac, thanks for being part of the show, mate. You must be excited to jump back on him.
Oh, anytime I get a chance to sit on him, it's a real pleasure. Even in track work now, there are moments that I'm enjoying and I'm making sure I'm enjoying them because they're not going to last forever. And he is such a special horse that I'm never going to find another one like him.
And you need to make sure that you're present in the moment as opposed to looking forward, because I can imagine you would look forward to a couple of days' time and think the roar of the crowd, the emotion's going to be magnificent.
Yeah, of course. I try not to think too much about that. You know, you just do the job that you need to do at the time. And at the time, it's riding him in track work and making sure you're getting that right, making sure you're pulling up well and everything is getting done as it should be getting done. But as you get closer to the day, you start to think about it a little bit more and then you get there. And I tend to not think about the race itself until I get there. I sort of focus on the races beforehand. You know, I've got a job to do in them and, it's race by race. And then you get there and, during the day, you're getting a feel for the track, seeing how the track is, looking for track advice and things like that. But, the moment finally arrives and it's that moment when you walk into the parade ring and everyone's there. And because he's so big and so popular now, around the parade ring, all the phones that are out, the attention that's there, like it really, you can feel, the presence that he's brought to the races these days.
Well, he does, and he brings people. I mean, we've got a tour up here of quite a few people. A lot of them come up, they just want to see him run. I mean, he's a headline act. You know you're good when you're out doing sort of Romantic Warrior and what he's achieved, and they've come to see you.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, Romantic Warrior is such a good horse. What he's done throughout his career here in Hong Kong.
Yep.
And then abroad as well. Australia, Japan, Dubai, Saudi, turf, dirt. He's done everything. And for this horse to have the attention on him over him, and the Warrior's going for 4 Hong Kong Cups as well, which has never been done. But, they're both outstanding horses in their own right. But HKIR Rising's just got that special something about him. And I don't know if it's because he puts up those big performances where he puts them away quite often. And Romantic Warrior sometimes doesn't. I don't know what it is, but they certainly love this horse.
Yeah.
What about, of course, you drew wide on this day, Zac, and it was, the vision speaks for itself. But interested to know, gate 1, what are you thinking there? It's probably a barrier you may not would have wanted, to be honest.
I actually quite like it. I think it's good. So many times in these sprint races, he's drawn out wide. He's had to do work early to get a position, and that takes a little bit out of them in themselves. He's got so much natural early gate speed that I don't see it being a problem.
Okay.
He could even end up leading the race.
Right.
Well, he's either going to lead or be third.
Yeah, exactly.
And you wouldn't mind leading?
I don't mind leading at all. I've led and won plenty of barrier trials on him.
Absolutely.
And races. But that's not a problem for him. Of course, Beauty Waves likes to go fast and he's drawn out wide and Alexi's going to have to commit. But we'll just see what happens.
The only reason why I said that, sorry, Shane, was in case you step slow. Sometimes the inside gates can be a bit of an issue. Then, I remember back to Lucky Sweynesse when you were inside and he got bottled up one day. But this guy's got brilliant gate speed.
Yeah, I think they're different horses. Lucky Sweynesse was such a difficult horse to get to stand properly in the gates, and he didn't have any early speed. He couldn't muster. It had taken him about 75 metres until he started to get into stride.
Yep.
This horse early on, I would have been concerned. And last year I was concerned.
Yeah.
Because at that stage of his career, he was very agitated. And he'd get in the gates and he'd bounce from one foot to the other and he wouldn't stand still. And sometimes he's a little bit slow, like he was in this race last year.
Yep.
But in more recent times, he's a completely different horse now. He stands there, he doesn't move, he just waits for the gates to open and he goes. So it's not a problem for him.
Interesting. After the Everest, I made a comment that Australia didn't see the best of HKIR Rising. As we look at the Everest,
They didn't.
Is that fair?
It is fair. I think for a few things. Obviously, he was in a new environment down there. He had to travel down there. He was in a quarantine facility that was unfamiliar to him. He went through the whole barrier trial process that got him off kilter a little bit.
Yep.
And then he got there on race day. The track was a little bit softer than we wanted. They went too slow for us.
Yeah.
I thought those two horses would run, and he loves high speed, fast speed.
Yeah.
And when they went as slow as they did, they had him in a bit of an awkward rhythm, and then he had to try and chase, which he's not as effective. He loves it here. When we run fast, he can get into his stride and he lets down.
But if you have a look at the Everest, his action and his airs, wasn't him.
No.
He wasn't stretching that big stride as far as I got split screens at my place, and I put him up that now to his win the other day. Different action, different head coverage. Everything was different about him. He was not right. You're riding him now, trials, track work. How much better is he?
Oh, he feels, like you said, he feels like a different horse.
Different horse.
I rode him in a grass gallop 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, and it was his main piece of work since that race that we just spoke about when he was so good. Probably career best performance after coming back from Australia, which is what we want to see. We want to see him come back in good order. And he put that up, and then he hadn't done much until I rode him in the grass, and Hazy whipped the hood off him and put me on the grass. He knew it was go time. But he was out there to do a little bit of work, and I let him stride up. And to me, it's the best gallop he's ever put in. He's absolutely airborne, this horse. And I've galloped him on the dirt since then. Hood back on the dirt, where he knows he's not out there to run too much time. Much more relaxed horse. Breezed through beautifully, pulled up, never blew a candle out. I think he's getting better.
And this time last year, it was interesting. We didn't see probably the best of. He won a Group 1, of course, but it was only narrow. How did
it was his worst run.
Well, it was, but it was because he stepped slow from the gate.
Right.
So he missed it slightly. He was on the back foot. I drew wide. I had to use him to get across. And then Derek Lung, mid-race, come and sat 3 wide, no cover outside me, ahead in front of me. And just kept him working. So not only did he have to do work after missing the start, he then got bullied all the way. He couldn't relax, and he's still good enough to win. And he's 100-pound heavier now.
Wow.
So we're going to see a better horse this year.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, look, there's a couple of things we'll just touch on quickly as well. I think he's going to equal, if he wins on the weekend, Golden 60's record of 16 in a row. I think Silent Witness holds 17 is the record. I mean, that sort of stuff, without putting the cart before the horse, is really within his grasp. You know, the sort of calendar through the year, but I mean, he does dominate here, so it's an important race the weekend.
They're freakish numbers, and I didn't realise it had crept up as so quickly as it had until someone said something after his last win. So we're not thinking about that. We're just thinking about trying to win the race. And ultimately, if you win the races, those things take care of themselves. But it feels like it would be fitting if he was able to achieve those things.
What about David's suit? It's got to change one day.
It's not changing.
It's not changing.
He got a dry clean this morning.
And what a disaster that of all of his suits, that may be the
I know.
But on David, we have to give him so much credit as well. He has handled this horse extremely well. To be able to win a race in Hong Kong is extremely difficult. To manage the horse through the grades, with the preparation he's had, getting him to Australia, getting him back to Hong Kong. No one knows this horse better than David. He's done an amazing job with him. It fills me full of confidence knowing that he's training the horse. I don't have to worry about anything because I know he's doing his job. And I know when the horse turns up, he's got him as good as he can have him. He knows him inside out. And I think it's great that he's come back to Hong Kong this time around and found a horse as good as this.
Just in case everyone doesn't or anyone doesn't know, David wears the same suit, the same clothes, everything the same every time HKIR Rising races. So that's why we mentioned it.
As does the owner.
As does the owner.
For David, it's like a safari suit, so it is absolutely stylish. Don't worry about that. There needs to be one horse to run second, so we asked Luke Ferraris if it could be Lucky with You.
Well, you get an opportunity to get a front row seat with the best horse in the world. That's one positive.
It is. It's quite amazing to watch him from in the field. It's a bit heartbreaking though when you corner at the 400 and he disappears. But it will be good. My horse is a lovely guy. He's as honest as the day's long. We'll be hoping for a low barrier where he can sort of drop in behind the speed and produce him late. So yeah, it will be interesting and really exciting.
Is it fair to say that outside of the champion in HKIR Rising, it's a pretty even bunch?
I think it is. I think the last run sort of showed that. I think it was a neck that maybe covered all of us. So barring HKIR Rising, it gets pretty tight.
And your guys come through the race really well last start.
He has. He had a little float around today on the big track. He feels well. He's an old boy now, so he sort of just ticks over. But yeah, he's honest and looking forward to riding him.
But maybe the Japanese horses who come through the Sprinter Stakes might be a factor.
Yeah, I mean, Satono Rev was great, of course, in the race last year, but I thought he had a pretty good run through the race with what was transpiring. He's gone back after running in Hong Kong and won a Group 1 through the year, so he could run well. Lucky Swenos we saw compete. Look, the Japanese, like we're really talking for the minors in terms of form, but I think it's once again the Hong Kong horses that are gonna fare particularly well. Satono Rev's got the capabilities, no doubt.
He's pretty consistent, Clint.
He is consistent, and he'll run his race. But once again, I actually think Fast Network's a pretty talented sprinter in his own right. I mean, he's just running into an absolute superstar, but I think the Hong Kong sprinters underneath, they're still pretty decent, Zac, as well, aren't they, really?
Yeah, they are very good.
Yeah.
You know, Helios Express, you know, he just gets running the same race every time around. He'd be a Group 1 winner in his own right. As you say, Fast Network's there on the way up still.
The Breeders' Cup form from America with Cardim, so Charles Hills and Oisin Murphy combine here. I mean, yes, this is a nice performance, but Shane, I just don't see this measuring up with the best sprinter in the world.
Normally the American horses struggle here when they come here. You know, not too many have measured up, Zac. Got a lot of pace. Looks like
There was one year many years ago when they used to have the sprint down the straight, they'd be okay because they're on a different lead leg, and they found it okay here at Sha Tin. I know they struggle at Ascot, but I think going this direction makes it a bit tough for a few of them.
Zac, we'll chat about Voyage Bubble in a moment when we welcome James McDonald to our program. Any other runner that you've interested in on Sunday?
Normally I have a pretty strong undercard on a day like this, but this year I'm a little bit light, to be honest.
One question. Race 3. Number 1, I think it's Majestic Warrior. You won on it, was impressive. Did you have a prior booking? I think you're on number 3, Packing
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Disappointing last start. What happened there?
With his run last start or with the booking?
With the booking and the run.
So recently it's been really hard to get horses in the Class 4 1200 metre races here in Sha Tin. 4 weeks in a row, my horses have missed out. So it sort of creates a little bit of a log jam. Now, Majestic Valor I was going to ride, but when the entries came out, he was first reserve, and Packing Phoenix was in the race. So the owners knew that I was waiting for Majestic Valor.
Yep.
And then when he didn't get in, obviously, I
understand.
Packing Phoenix.
Yeah.
And then an hour after the entries come out,
there
was a scratching, and it got in.
Yeah.
So otherwise I would have been on it. But to answer your question about Packing Phoenix last start, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Like I had a lot of time for him. I thought he was a very progressive horse, possibly a 4-year-old Classic Series horse. Yeah. And I still can't work out why he ran as poorly as he did last time.
There's 2 trials since then. Good or average?
I think they were average, but the connections wanted to try and ride him more patiently, conservatively, see if he'd relax and finish the race off a bit stronger. And in the trials, when I tried to get him back, he pulled himself into the ground, didn't give me anything. I think he might end up being a sprinter and one that just likes to roll along.
Okay, thanks.
45 wins so far for the season, mate. You'd be thrilled the way things are going?
Yeah, we're quarter of the way through the season now. It's been a great start. Of course, you always want to be going a little bit better. We've got a lot of jockeys on the roster here at the moment. So it's been quite difficult to get rides for everyone. And then we've had a lot of horses that keep getting balloted out. I've had even on the weekend, I had 2 horses that didn't get in. So that's frustrating. So it just stops the momentum a little bit. And then those horses start clashing with other horses I've already got booked. So from that regard, it's been pretty frustrating, but I can't be unhappy with the way things have started. You know, I've got the story with HKIR Rising, however many winners you just said. And we've started the season nicely, so we just need to keep the ball rolling and then finish strong.
And that question that always lobs up this time when all these Australians arrive here, it's an international meeting. They all say, when are you coming home, Zac? It's always the question that keeps popping up. And when you got HKIR Rising, you're going nowhere.
Well, that's nowhere. It's pretty hard to leave without him, but that's probably a question for my wife.
Right.
We know.
She can work out when we're going home.
Richo,
we might get her on the show.
Richo, we should know by now.
Yeah.
Zac isn't the boss.
Yeah, that's right.
Nicole's the boss.
We might ask her, hey, boys, just quickly, who runs second behind them?
I think Fast Network, I'm going to trust the format of the Hong Kong sprint, but look, it's pretty open outside of that in terms of other runners that can run well. But yeah, I think Fast Network and Helios is probably the 3rd pick.
Fast Network from the gate. You know, he's drawn gate 3. He's going to lob him behind. He doesn't have to go back. So he's the horse that'll run second.
Stay with us. So the champion Hong Kong jockey in Zac Purton's about to be joined by the man who's just been crowned Longines world's best jockey, James McDonald. So we turn our attention to the Longines Mile, and this is going to be a fascinating race, and it's brilliant to have not only Zac Purton, but also James McDonald joins us now. And J-Mac, how are you surviving a big week, mate? Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's been really good. Obviously, it's a very enjoyable week, and be competing here. It's always very pleasurable, and hopefully we get a bit of a chance.
So in the red corner is Voyage Bubble with Zac Purton, and in the blue corner is Galaxy Patch with James McDonald. You guys know each other's horses so well.
If we do, we've actually just switched, haven't we? But
Yeah, hopefully I come out on top.
yeah, no, my fella's good. He's in great form. He's a horse that obviously needs a lot of luck to go his way in the race, but I reckon he's taken a great deal of confidence out of his last win. He's trolled really well the other day, and if things go away, he can definitely do it. He's a Group 1 horse. He's got ability, that's for sure, and hopefully he gets the breaks.
So here is the field for the Longines Group 1 Hong Kong Mile, and there's class, Hutch, from top to bottom.
There is class from top to bottom. I think a competitive race again, and Zac, I suppose gate 12 for your horse, so we know he's got gate speed, Voyage Bubble, so drawing out where it is might not be the major issue.
It's not ideal, I don't think, being out there, but that's not the end of the world for him either. He's a horse that has got good gate speed, as you mentioned, but he's not a horse that you can get into stride too quickly. He likes to roll into a position. So I'm going to need things to fall my way in the first 400 metres of the race to find the right spot.
And what, James, this race here, the race set up well for you, didn't it? They went hard.
Yeah.
They were puncturing late, and obviously you took all the shortcuts on the way home, notwithstanding it was a good performance, but what did you make of the win?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought he's always been a horse that we've followed all the way through his career because he's always been one of the main dangers. So it was nice to get on him, and for him to do that, I was taken by him. But in saying that, I thought he could have probably done a little bit more or give me a tad better feeling. But since that run, I'm telling you, he's come on. His trial was like different.
Well, last season, his best run was this race coming
third up.
He should have won it. There's no risk about that, right? So maybe he just peaks at the right time, which is going to be this Sunday.
Yeah, he's grown in confidence. I reckon he's just going to need so much luck.
Yeah.
He always finds an excuse somewhere along the line. And
well, here's the race last year. You see him back in the field getting checked like anything, trying to get out to the outside. He's inside, one from the inside. He's very unlucky. Your horse, Zac's gone with James on. Of course, Voyage Bubble, he got the perfect ride and was too good. But he was very unlucky this day.
Yeah. You know what else I reckon's might help him is the visors going on. Like he's had blinkers, he's had no blinkers, but he's a funny horse. Like, the only couple of times I've ridden him, or a few times, he's a bit timid. Like he's a little bit of a looker and thinker. And the other day when he hit the front, I know it was the first time for a while, but he waited for them once he got there. I didn't feel like he really attacked, but the trial was good with the visors on.
Yeah, and Zac, as we take a look at this trial, obviously, what about the preparation for Voyage Bubble? Because it's a bit different, isn't it? You know, they were obviously contemplating going to 2000, now they're back to a mile. How do you see that setting up for him?
Yeah, it is an interesting prep. And last season, when he went from 2000 back to a mile, was when he got beat.
Yeah.
He was a little bit too dour. He got out sprinted by a red line. So that's what he's up against. But they wanted to dodge Romantic Warrior, as you can imagine. Maybe in hindsight, having a look at both of the fields now and the mile being as strong as it is with as many chances as it's got, and the cup falling away, it might have been easier to stay in the cup. But it is what it is, and he's still got a good chance in the mile.
What's the hardest to beat?
In the mile?
Yes.
I think it's a little bit of an open race. I think, obviously, Galaxy Patch has got a good chance. Soul Rush, My Wish, Sunlight Power.
Yep.
There's one other there that I'm...
Embroidery, the three-year-old.
Embroidery, yes. Yeah.
And Soul Rush we talk about that race last year. It was a good run last year, actually. So Jay was back in the field. It's run a big race too, so it hasn't had the luck of the draw, but there's not much between the few of them, is there, if they bring their best?
No, there's not. It's just going to come down to how the race is run on the day, how the track is playing as well. The grass in the last week, the winter grass has really come through. There's a good grass coverage. It's thick. It's a lot thicker than what it was 3 weeks ago, so it's going to be a different surface. It's going to be cold on the day, so it's not like today where it's hot and the sun is going to drain the moisture out of it. It's going to be cold, so it's going to stay in the track, and that creates a little bit of track bias, as we've seen at Happy Valley on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's interesting. You mentioned My Wish. Well, here's Luke Ferraris with his thoughts on My Wish.
My Wish. Gee, it looks a superb race in the mile. What are you thinking?
I'm really happy with him. He's come through his last run well. I thought it was good, although he never won. we went really quick, and he never really settled, never dropped the bridle, and that sort of brought him undone in the straight. He didn't have that turn of foot that he usually has. But it was 5 weeks between runs, so he's probably a little bit fresh there. It's been 3 weeks now. He's had a gallop on the course proper. He's come through it well, and the edge seems to be off him, so he's back to normal, and all systems go.
And how do you see the pace in this race? Do you see that you could just be camped off them to get that great acceleration again?
That'll be his ideal spot, sort of somewhere around the 1-1 position. It'll be interesting with the barriers to see where they draw. I'm not too concerned with his barrier because he is pretty push button and versatile, so I got faith that he'll still leave the machine like he usually does and switch off. He does all his runs barring one, so I'm probably more interested to see where the pace is drawn.
And what's all the reports been? Have you been on him in between that last run, and how does he feel?
Yeah, he's had a gallop on the course proper with myself on. I do most of his gallops in the morning. He feels great. He hasn't put a foot wrong since, and I couldn't be happy with him.
Sunday, this international meeting just grows year in, year out. You've been here since a young lad. What would we like to win this great race?
Yeah, it'd be pretty special. These are the days the early mornings are about, and all the hard yards. I think it'll be a fairly full circle moment with Dad doing it in 2007, I think it was. So really looking forward to it.
Must be a live chance, my wish. What about the internationals? We touched on Soul Rush. Few concerns about Soul Rush. No concerns about Embroidery, the 1,000 guineas winner over from Japan.
Yeah, very good form from over there. I mean, I think the local charge is strong enough now.
Yeah.
I think the Hong Kong horses, they've got an outstanding record in recent years in the mile. They've had some pretty good ones. I mean, Golden 60, etc. But it is a race they've been dominating. Got genuine Group 1 stars in Voyage Bubble. I think my wish is that next generation. So I think they'll want to be pretty good to beat the homegrown talent, I think.
Is that how you see it, Shane? It's the locals. Are they going to ones that'll dominate?
The filly you're talking about, her form's excellent.
Yeah.
She's got a definite chance. Soul Rush, James knows Soul Rush because Romantic Warrior beat him.
I hate Soul Rush.
Got beat by Romantic Warrior. He's a very good horse, but whether he's 100% right, I don't know. But he performed very well last year. It's very similar field to last year, this. A lot of the same horses outside of my wish. He's the new horse on the block. He was disappointing last start, but I think there were excuses from gate 2. He's going to be extremely hard to beat.
And is that how you guys see it? It's very much a Hong Kong battle?
Well, they're so hard to beat on their home deck here, and like you've seen last year, there was pretty strong contingents of the Japanese, and they couldn't do it. So it's like you guys say, I think you hit the nail on the head. Unless Embroidery is one out of the box, they'll take a few good ones to beat My Wish and Voyage Bubble and etc.
You agree, Zac?
I agree with the experts.
Let's have a look around. I can't see any. Well, this is going to be awkward. So right now, you have to give your selections. And look, keep in mind who's here. Good luck here, Hutch. I'll let you go first. Who's going to win?
Look, I think I'm with Voyage Bubble in the mile, but I think that, I actually think Voyage Bubble will be tough to beat. I think My Wish is a danger as well, but it's a very competitive race in Soul Rush. But I've got Voyage Bubble marked a minor favourite, but it'll be a tough race.
Okay, so My Wish second favourite. How do you see it?
My Wish, Galaxy Patch, Voyage Bubble. I'm staying loyal.
Okay, staying loyal. Hey, Zac, thanks so much for your time, mate, and good luck on your champ on Sunday.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
A star to have Zac Purton around.
Zac will be off for lunch somewhere now. Nice bit of lobster, much like I'll be doing soon.
Yeah, a little bit of lobster mango salad.
That'll be good.
Maybe not.
Looking forward to Mango Lobster Day. All right, let's give Richo a ring.
Hutch, how are you, mate?
Hey, mate, what's happening?
Yeah, mate, just out and about. Getting a few flies, doing a bit of form. Yeah, looks like lunch is cancelled, mate. We just got too much work to do.
That's disappointing. That's very disappointing.
I know you're disappointed, mate. Look, another time.
Have you seen Shane?
No, I haven't seen the Golden Boy.
Right. Oh, well. That's very disappointing. I was really looking forward to it.
Chin up.
All right, mate. See ya.
Catch you later.
happy with it.
You can't include him in everything.
All right, I better try Shane.
Oh no, look who's ringing me. Shall I answer it?
You got it.
I got to answer it.
Good luck.
Clint, how are you?
Shane, how you going, mate? What are you doing?
I'm just at home, in the room.
Oh, I thought we were going to have a bit of lunch today.
No, I can't come for lunch, mate. I'm not having mango salad this year. I'm too busy.
Ah, right. Well, that's disappointing. Really looking forward to that.
Richo's busy too, I think. He's got something gone, so I'm sorry, mate, but we'll have to leave it till another time.
Okay, yeah, no, I've tried Richo. All good. Yep, all right, mate.
He doesn't give up, that bloke. He just doesn't give up.
Well, the eyes of the racing world will be on Sha Tin for the Longines Hong Kong Cup. Group 1 because of one horse. It's to be ridden by James McDonald. It is Romantic Warrior, mate, and we are so excited to see the champ back. He was breathtaking first up.
Yeah, he was. It was really good win. It was great to have him back. Denny did a really good job of obviously preparing him for that. He offered such a long layoff, a little injury there, and he got cleaned up. And if anything, he looked to be stretching out better than ever. It's quite remarkable, really. And I thought it was like the perfect lead-up run off such a long break to prep him for a Hong Kong Cup. So he's in good orders, we can hope.
And do you say perfect prep run because let's be honest, it wasn't a strong tempo race.
Yeah.
It was very easy run in terms of the sectionals. They were 20-odd lengths slower than standard. So was that the main reason for that?
Yeah, I was hoping for that sort of run because there wasn't a horse probably in the, well, apart from Ka Ying, that could probably sprint as quick as him, to be fair. And we wanted to have a really good day out, a positive day. I didn't need a gut buster for 3 weeks' time, and that's what we didn't get. He just sprinted home 3 furlongs. It was excellent.
What about this week, the pace in the race? Do you think there's much?
It's probably going to be similar to the last race he faced, a similar sort of speed scenario. We've got Joseph O'Brien's that might take it up. He likes to bowl along as an Irish horse normally does, or stays on anyway. And then you got the larger opera who'll be near the speed, I would have thought. But look, to be fair, Romantic will be in the, you know where
third or fourth.
Yeah.
He'll be there somewhere.
He'll come out at the 600.
He scared a few away, I think, Shane, when we look at Hutch at this field. We're down to only 7 runners, so I think a few, well, we know one in particular in Voyage Bubble, but he scared a few away.
I do know one thing with this horse. His trials this year before his first run were better than ever, which told me he had a little bit of a problem. He's over it. And he looks so good in his trials, and he did that with you first up. It just goes to show he's back better than ever, and he might actually be at his best now. We may not have ever seen it.
What, for his fourth?
It's nuts, isn't it?
His fourth Hong Kong Cup.
It's nuts, and he feels like that. And to be fair, guys, he was trained up. He was like, there was no stone left unturned with him. He wasn't going into that first up run big in condition because you couldn't, because he's coming off a little injury.
Yeah.
He wanted him to have a good day out, in which he got, and he didn't have a gut buster. So it's all worked out well. He's had a tick over gallop during the week, which he flew in. And he's the people's champ.
You say little injury. It wasn't little. That just shows the courage of this horse, wasn't it? He's put all that behind him.
Yeah, but looking back, Richo, he wasn't himself in Saudi and Dubai, because if anyone sees the footage of him behind the gates in those 2 runs, you could tell he was carrying like
an injury.
No, that was probably the wrong way of putting it. Something wasn't right, because he was agitated. He's never really agitated. Like you see him, he's a bit of a dude, you know. But he sweated up badly. He was very aggressive, and so now he's come back good. He seems to breeze through that first up run, and I expect the same in the Hong Kong Cup.
It's good.
It's unbelievable. The way you talk about him, Sounds like he's got the most special place in your heart among all the champs.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's the best horse I've ever ridden. That's for sure. And
Wow.
he's our most favourite as well, because what I admire so much about him, he's got this unbelievable, relentless competitiveness to him on a racetrack. And you could, you take Mia to him in the box, and he's the most softest, kindest horse you'll ever see. He's incredible, you know, like how as
one of a kind.
He's just so intelligent.
And those Vaucluse houses that you live in, the big one, that probably belongs to Romantic Warrior, doesn't it?
Well, if he wins the 4th Hong Kong Cup, I'll donate the spare bedroom, the main bedroom, Evie's bedroom.
Just in case anyone doesn't know who's watching in Hong Kong, Vaucluse, where James lives, is the dearest place to live in Australia, practically. It's on the water with harbour views. It's beautiful. And thanks to Romantic Warrior, James lives there. Well done, mate.
I bought it off Shane Dye.
I bought it off Shane Dye because Shane wanted to upgrade it. Dylan Brown McMonagle is an outstanding young rider, and he rides Galen.
And then we get to the Cup. And no, we want you to have a good run, but we don't want you to get too close to the champ on Galen. Is that okay?
That'll be all right. We'll try and tie onto him, and hopefully he might drag me along a little bit. But no, he's a superstar, and he's going to be very, very tough to beat. He's bulletproof in every way. He turns up everywhere he goes, so he's going to be very tough to beat. But hopefully, my fella's a tough horse, and if he puts up a little bit of a fight, it'd be great. And you know, if he puts his best foot forward, I think he can run a big race.
Tell us about his form. Bahrain Trophy, around Royal Champion, which some of our international viewers would know.
Yeah, of course. That was probably his career best. He really likes going right-handed. This place is going to suit him good. But he's very versatile. He travels really good, and he's got a lot of class as well. So he's a tough customer. So it'll take something to get past him. But now we're looking forward to it.
Your exciting life's about to change. You arrive here in January for a stint in Hong Kong. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's super. A huge thanks to the Jockey Club for having me, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a new experience, definitely a learning curve. So hopefully if we take plenty of positives out of it, we'll be happy, and hopefully it goes smooth.
Who else is a factor here, Hutch?
Oh, it's all about the favourite, I think.
So Bellagio Opera, though, take us through the form.
Yeah.
But let's try to stake a case.
All right.
Who runs second? Who runs second?
I think Bellagio Opera does. I mean, I like this performance. I actually thought Lord Del Rey had a chance. Of course, it came out. But, you know, non-pace type runner, keeps up. They were questioning whether or not Bellagio Opera would get the 2000. Clearly got that well. But it's a sterner test here, Shane, I think, on the overall body of work that Bellagio Opera's put together.
Yeah, look, you're a better judge than me of these horses from International. All I know is Romantic Warrior wins. It's as simple as that. It's not hard to see that. But trying to find second isn't easy.
No, I don't.
This is a good horse, Hutch.
Yes.
This is a good mare.
Yes.
She's in form.
And tell us what you've heard or seen about her. What you
She's
think.
got a great racing style. She'll be right up in the driver's seat. She's got a great jockey on top, and her form this year has been exceptional. Really good, yeah.
So listening to you, this is the horse to beat for you.
Yeah, I think so. She is. And Bellagio is obviously a nice up-and-coming sort of... I probably put him in the similar to Prognosis, really.
Yeah.
Similar sort of horse, you know. He didn't win his... Well, Prognosis should have been a Group 1 winner, to be fair, because he was so consistent at that top level, but he's done it. But he's similar sort of horse.
And just a quick thought on a couple of your other rides. A Fast Network in the sprint. You've drawn beautifully. Like you look like it's going to be an interesting outside the superstar.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting battle for second and third.
Yeah, it'd be lovely to run second, that's for sure. He's going well. He's a young, up and coming sprinter who's he gives his all. And he was no match for Kaying, let's face it, but it will definitely be. I like how there's a gap between second and...
Yeah, I think that's really good, James.
That's really
Beat the rest, because it looked like there's nothing between sort of second and sixth, really, in Hong Kong. And he said, no, I'm the heir apparent. Who knows? He could be a horse that
He's
travels
got the
and does
right
well
gait.
too.
He's just got the right draw.
Yeah.
If he draws wide, he probably doesn't place.
Yeah.
But from that gate, you get your chance to run second. For sure.
And he's purchased a Karaka for $30,000 if you don't.
Another key.
There we go.
First
Bring
two.
that up.
Why did you bring that up? First two.
Well, yet another New Zealander that doesn't want to live in New
I was
Zealand.
waiting for Dicey to pick it out of the sales.
The world champion jockey or whatever, Longley's, Iwi, whatever it is.
It's called Longines World Best
Jeans,
Jockey.
whatever it is, it doesn't matter. He's just the best on that. Who cares?
How many watches do you have, mate? And if you win another one here,
Not
I'll tell
as
you
many
one
as
thing.
Zach.
Can
If
I
you want a
possibly have one?
competition, Zach's
He's
sitting
the
over
one,
there.
yeah.
How many have you got,
he's
Zach,
got- he-
watches?
Yeah. How many
Was
watches?
that 100?
Enough.
No. Oh, yeah, I was going to say so, but I won't.
Have you got?
Oh, you can say it. It's all right. It's a
Don't
fun
be
show.
shy.
No.
How many watches, James? Come on.
Not as many as those guys.
I know that. I know how
Right.
many I got when I was here.
Yeah, well, they were probably sponsored by Audemars Piguet.
Bundle award, mate. What do you think your chances are in a really interesting race, the Vase?
He's a good chance. Yeah, he was brilliant the other day. I thought like he yeah,
Got a good
It's a
10 foot.
hard
James. Got a
running-
good 10 foot, this horse, actually.
he does,
And he does
threw-
stay a mile and a half.
And he does, yeah, and he's drawn well. But they're so hard to beat the Europeans over this trip.
Yeah.
So, but no, he's. I rode in Sudan at last year. I think he finished third or fourth. Fourth was he?
Yeah.
And you could almost say he's probably a tad bit.
I think he's better than
This is better than him.
Yeah.
He'll go better than him.
Yeah.
Whether he runs third or fourth,
He
debatable. but
probably, Bundlewood, I think, probably just needs more of that genuine pace early.
Yeah.
And then you're not too far off them, too.
Exactly.
You know, that's the key of him.
Mac, I know you got to go, mate.
Wait a sec, wait a-
Shane will ask you another 100 questions.
No,
if I let
just
him.
one.
Okay.
He's riding a horse. It's going to be my best bet of the day.
Uh-oh.
Star Rise.
Ah.
You gave it a beautiful ride the other day. Had no luck. What about this week? Can it
Yeah,
win?
no, he can win, definitely win. And he's a nice horse. And,
1400.
perfect for him. I could see this horse in the classic mile and
Yep.
the 1800 metre race in time. He's a nice 4-year-old progressive and he's trained on well. Paulie's got a big opinion of him.
James, you need another one coming through. You need another one
Exactly, I
coming.
need those young ones.
Now, Shane,
Boys,
is
boys.
it true or false? Shane tells us that every time you ride it, a perfect ride, it's because he's giving you the instructions.
Yeah.
True or false?
It's been all the romantic warrior cups and
Everything. Everything.
Yeah, no, they're all the same.
Good on you, mate. Thanks so much for taking the time and good luck
mate.
for a big
Yes,
Sunday.
as well.
Top man, thanks
The
guys.
one and only James McDonald. Let's look at the Vase next. Well, the first of the Group 1s that'll be run will be the Longines Hong Kong Vase over 2,400 metres. And this is the big opportunity for the internationals to strike an early blow here, Hutch, because traditionally the Europeans have the edge.
That they do, and they will again this year, one would imagine. Of course, Giavolotto, what a performance to win it last year. And both Giavolotto and Sosi are coming out of the arc where there wasn't too much between them. And in fact, this is Giavolotto winning last year. Well, it was good for us last year because we were on
He went
Giavolotto.
around at a big price.
Went around at a big price, but his form since then has been excellent. And Shane, this was some sort of a win. You don't see too many horses cop the interference he did and go on with it.
He really quickened, didn't he, when he got through? And it was a strong win. As
It
you
was a
said,
Sheen Murphy, but it's now going to be Andrea Atzeni now.
yeah, he rode him in the Arc de Triomphe
Correct.
when he ran fourth, so he knows him. It's not an overly strong race this year, Clint. He's got to be very hard to beat,
Yeah,
there's no doubt. Look at him quicken here over 2,400 metres. It was quite extraordinary.
It was, and we get a good line on the format of that. You know, of course, Dubai Honor was in that race last year, but he's got a good turn of foot. Andrea Atzeni is a key plus. I think he knows the horse well. And you know what I've always loved, Shane? If you get these internationals, particularly in the Vase, if they've come and run well once, they can come and do it again. Or the Cup. Those 2,000, 2,400 metre horses, over the years, and I'm talking a couple of decades, we've seen many come back. And
They
usually
repeat.
They do repeat.
It's a quality field. The field's won 14 Group 1 winners. Earlier today, I caught up with Andrea Atzeni for his thoughts on the defending champ, Giavolotto.
Andrea Atzeni, great to see you. How you feeling building into the Vase on the defending champ, Giavolotto?
Yeah, no, looking forward to it. Obviously, it's getting closer and closer, and hopefully everything is in place. Marco and the team seems sort of happy with him. So, yeah, fingers crossed he can turn up on his A game on Sunday, and it'll be interesting to see how he goes.
And that A game is elite. He's been fantastic, hasn't he, since he won that Vase?
Yeah, he has. He's a pretty consistent horse. He doesn't run very often, but he's been running well all year round, and I think obviously speaking to the connections, after he won the Vase last year, the main target obviously this year was always going to be the Vase again. So he's here and he looks good. So yeah, no, hopefully we'll have a look at the draws soon and yeah, see how he is. But it's a strong field, but he's entitled to take his chance, and the weather looks nice, it looks dry, which that's what he wants.
And a genuine pace, that's what he wants as well. How do you see it?
Yeah, I'm hoping there's a little bit of pace in the race. Obviously, like I said, the draws will play a big part of it. There's a couple of horses that even the sort of forward-going horses. And anyway, we'll have a look through the race properly once the draws come out and see what could happen. But yeah, he's a horse that he needs to relax. But he's a lot more mature now, so he's a horse that you can put him pretty much whatever you want. Apart from he's not a leader, really. Yeah. He's not a leader. But so yeah, as long as he relaxes, he's a horse who's got a very good turn of foot. He's not a slow horse.
Another interesting runner is our Riffer, who came through an unlucky run due to the pace in the Melbourne Cup, and then goes from Australia, heads to Ireland, gets prepared, and then comes back to Hong Kong, our Riffer.
Yeah, he's got a lot of air miles, nearly as many as you, Richo, but not far off it.
Only difference is Richo doesn't go home. In between.
Yeah, exactly. Now, in all seriousness, he's a really interesting runner because his speed figures are excellent. He's good enough. He's a genuine Group 1 performer. I thought the run the Melbourne Cup was enormous. You know, they drew wide, they went back. He had top weight. Now back to weight for age shade. It's a big difference. The little knock is 1.5 miles, but if you're not letting the 1.5 miles worry you, I think he may be better over further. But if you think he can be sharp enough over 1.5 miles, then I think that's the only thing I'd say.
What about the hard track?
I think the good track will be fine for him.
Yeah, and I think it's right. And I actually think that the 2,400 metres is okay for him. Yeah, he's winning the hard rig. I thought he was actually a slight query at the 2 mile, and he ran it well in the Melbourne Cup. A horse like Goliath's an interesting runner. Sosi, of course, comes through the arc. But Sosi probably had the advantage on a wetter track there versus Giavolotto. Different on Sunday.
100% agree with your sentiments there. And I think the case is that Sosi's probably got a little edge under those conditions, but I think Sha Tin track, and once again that horse that's been here, performed, likes the track, and quickened up like he did last year. He's going to bring that form. He'll be tough to beat.
Al Riffer's a fascinating horse, and Dylan Brown McMonagle's got the great task of riding him.
Dylan, outstanding to see you, mate. You must be excited about what Al Riffer can do in the Vase.
Yeah, he's coming here with a very live chance. He had a good run in the Melbourne Cup. He finished off the race very, very strong. So he's got a live chance on Sunday, so we're looking forward to getting back on board.
Yeah, he was so unlucky, wasn't he, in the Melbourne Cup, the way the race panned out?
Yeah, they went slow. It turned into a bit of a sprint up the straight. But he did finish off good. His fractions were very strong late on, and he hit the line good. So, no, he's a very tough horse. He's got a lot of class, so it's going to be a tough ask at the weekend. It's a good field, but hopefully he can put his best foot forward and run a huge race.
So he goes from Australia back to Ireland for a little while and then out to Hong Kong. It's asking a lot of him.
Yeah, it's a lot of travelling. He's very professional and he's a very laid-back type of horse, so he takes everything in his stride. Everyone's been happy with him. He's travelled over and back good, so he's here in good shape, and we're looking forward to it.
Also interesting to see how the locals go in the Hong Kong Vase Bundle Awards. One of those, K-ing Generations, to be ridden by Luke Ferrara. So I caught up with him earlier today.
And you decide to avoid going to the Cup and Romantic Warrior and go towards the Vase with a horse who must be a chance.
Well, his last run was really good, and he seems to have come through it well. Although on paper his barrier trial might not look so good, he felt good under me, and yeah, if he can surprise us like he did last time, I'll be really happy.
So what do you just put that barrier trial down to?
Well, trial over 1,200 metres with sprinters, it's just sort of a gallop for him. He jumped well and he travelled well for him, and moving wise, he was moving well, so I'm happy with him.
So who do you have on top?
I'm going to stick with Giavolotto, Rich.
Yeah,
I think
why not?
I think he's the obvious, and if you like him, you've got to give Sosi a decent chance as well. I mean, for the same reasons, and they wouldn't be coming here if they didn't feel that Sosi would run a big race. And our Riffer, so I went 3-5-2. I think I'm hoping it plays pretty straightforward.
Yeah. How do you see it?
Well, it looks the Quinella, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The arc form. I'll go Sosi, just to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Which is number 5, of course, from the 3.
Giavolotto.
And I'll go Bundle Award for a roughie number 10, but I really do respect our Rifter.
Yeah.
I thought his Melbourne Cup run was the best in the race when I did all the videos and that. Okay. And I think if he performs, he's going to be there somewhere.
Yeah. We've seen horses out of the Melbourne Cup run well, haven't we?
Years.
They've got a good record when they come to this meeting from the Cup.
Yeah, no doubting that. Los Angeles is a really interesting colt, isn't he, Ryan Moore? Whenever Ryan and Aiden team up, in this race in particular, you have a lot of respect for them. That's your view. We also caught up with a lot of our international experts to find out what they thought was the best bet throughout the carnival.
I'm Emily Murphy from Trackside in New Zealand, and I'm hoping we see a Kiwi Quinella in the Hong Kong Sprint. Kai Ying Rising is the obvious winner, but I hope Fast Network can fill that second spot, a repeat of what he did last time.
Tim Carroll from the UK media. My best bet on the weekend is going to be Giovanotto in the Vase. Impressive winner of the race last year. I think he's in better form this year. He'll get a good pace to aim at, and I reckon he'll be tough to beat.
Britt Taylor here from Australia, and I like Voyage Bubble in the mile on Sunday. Hello there, I'm Maddie Plale from the Racing Post in Britain, out here in Sha Tin, and my best bet for the international races on Sunday is Giovanotto, last year's winner in the Hong Kong Vase. That was a career best performance a year ago. He's been in excellent form since, with a win in the September Stakes and an excellent effort in the Arc. I think he can go in again.
Time to find some future winners and the world-famous Sweet in Defeat file. Hutch, who jumps in?
Yeah, we've had a few over the last week. I didn't think the quality of the meeting last weekend was anything superb. I think actually the Valley meeting was pretty decent. But this was one horse that hasn't been with Manfred for all that long. Oreo, I thought was quite a nice performance. It was really well supported in the market. Oreo settled well back in the field, and you know, I've got to say, I thought at the 100 metres it was given a nice ride from James Orban. I thought it was probably going to get their cash chain, but a little bit wider early. Yeah, it was a big run. I was disappointed. I thought one of the better plays for us on the day might have actually been in the race. A couple of first starters or one first starter in particular who's basically box seated and didn't handle the turn well. But Oreo went back. Tempo was just even at best, and you can see second last at this stage. But that wasn't an issue, Shane. It was just probably just ran out of real estate, really.
Yeah, it was a good run. You got to remember, on paper, this was his first run, but it wasn't, because he ran in the non-race, which was 2 or 3 weeks before, and he just got beaten.
Yeah.
He hit the line really well.
Yeah, and he did run well there. And look, he's a horse that's shown. He's the kind of horse that, for our Sweet in Defeat file, you'd follow once. If he gets the win, I wouldn't be sticking with him. I don't think he's the kind of horse that's really going to string a lot together. He's fit, he's racing well. He just failed there, but he can go and do the job. Ace will jump better for Rachel King. He could have easily won that race, but for popping off the rails.
She shouldn't have got off the fence, Clint.
Play the percentages she did, and if she stays on the fence, she wins.
She stays on the fence, she wins.
And Max Q was slow away, got a long way out of its ground. Terrific run, I thought, in a race where it wasn't run to suit. And Max Q's been good to us this season. I don't think the winning's done yet. Another one.
He's so consistent. He's improved links from last season.
Yes, he has.
Like last season, I had him about a 50 type of horse, class 4. Now he's a true class 3 and is going higher.
Yep.
And all of our Sweet and Defeat files, we put them all in to make sure that we keep a record of them. And Hutch, it's worth noting that a lot of them have won at their next start.
Yeah.
I know you get a little...
Richo.
You don't like to talk about this.
That's why it's called Sweet and Defeat.
That's Sweet in Defeat, but then they win the next start.
Yes.
That's the whole key. $19.30 in particular, Bright Day. And Dazzling Fit, to the roar of the crowd at the McAvoy family wedding, was outstanding.
Well, Shane highlighted him last week in the Idol when he was wide, and I thought Shane's view on the ride was really interesting, to be honest. I thought, a lot of people would look at that and say, geez, he's done it tough, but... if
to win a race,
yes.
If he goes back, he doesn't win.
If he goes back, he wouldn't have won.
No.
He wouldn't have won, so spot on.
A big thank you also to G1 Goldmine. They've had an excellent article up at the moment on their site about successful breeding formulas. They are a wonderful supporter of us here. So thank you so much, G1 Goldmine. We absolutely love what you do, and they've some interesting stuff there in regards to breeding.
They've been with us since day one. So to Matty Anderson, all the team, we appreciate all their support through the year, and they've been fantastic. And we're on the brink of sales season as well. So you go to the sales, you've got broodmares, doesn't matter what facet, you need to use their product.
Yeah, get involved. All right, idle time. So jockeys, get ready. Well, it's idle time with the Group 1 superstar that is Shane Dye in the Hall of Fame. Who do you think would rode perfectly, mate?
Wasn't hard, wasn't it? Ryan Moore. What about the name? Triumphant Moore. It had to win. Last race. This is easy. Drew gate 10 last night. This horse normally goes forward.
What colour is he?
He's in the yellow circle.
Yep.
But you would have known if he had gone forward, he was going to be 3 or 4 wide. So he deliberately went back and got to the fence, and he just gave this a perfect ride. You're riding against the best best jockeys in the world. This horse is $25 or something. It's not one of the favourites.
Yeah.
If he's forward, he's 3 or 4 wide, can't win. He's back on the fence. He's actually following now James McDonald, who probably should have won the race. He was unlucky. He didn't get much of a run in a straight. But watch him straightening up. He doesn't directly just pull him sideways. He just eases and waits for the run to come. And he saves ground like he always does, Ryan. He's done everything perfectly. He doesn't look for a run on the inside. You'll see him here now. He starts to ease out without getting him off balance or anything. He starts to push. A run will come very soon there, and now he goes. And when Ryan hits a horse, they really respond. He's very strong, and here he is. He quickens up. That's a perfect ride on a horse that no one thought could win.
That was absolutely brilliant.
You know what? And Shane used to do that kind of ride a lot. I'm serious.
Yeah.
He really perfected the art at that course.
Yeah.
A lot. And used to ride a lot of races very similar to that.
Yeah.
So would bring back some memories. No?
See, this is what I think now. It's all right going forward. They would have probably wanted to go forward on him because that's how he races. If he goes forward, he can't win.
No.
He cannot win. It's impossible. So why not elect to go back and ride for luck and see what happens?
Yeah.
And you see a lot of horses win like that because they're ridden differently and given a chance.
Yeah.
And that's Hong Kong. They're so tight and so even, these horses, that you got to take advantage of something sometimes and do something different.
Got to chance your luck a bit.
Yes, and he did that last night because he thought to himself, probably, if I go forward, he can't win. Let's try this.
Yeah. I'll tell you what we do love, Shane, on this program is we love our correspondence we receive from our audience, and all of our audience love to interact on social media. We got a message for you in regards to the Idol.
How does the jockey with the highest ROI have the lowest amount of idle votes?
Good question from Luke Ferraris. Why is the jockey with the best ROI in Hong Kong racing sitting near last in the Idol? What's going on? Luke Ferraris.
He leads on everything. I actually gave him a point last night.
Oh, no way, you didn't.
I did. I gave him a point. I didn't even know he said that.
Oh.
I actually gave him a point.
But it sounds like he thinks he deserves more.
Yeah, he will.
He's third on the list.
I thought Keith gave this a really good ride.
That was a good ride, Keith, wasn't it?
It was a very good ride, you know, and he just waited. And once again, when he turned for home on it, he didn't directly just turn it sideways and get it off balance. He angled it slowly and kept it balanced. And I didn't even know he was going to do that. Luke's ride was very
He's got up on a 70-1 pop, and he's got one vote.
And I bring it up all the time, and every season, I'm not trying to kiss up to Luke or anything, I don't need to, but if you have a look, he's the only jockey every year.
Yeah.
You have $10 a win on every horse he rides, you will be way, way in front. It is mind-boggling. He doesn't ride many favourites. Last night he won on that horse, and it was $78. And I actually went back and looked at it, and I still don't know how it won.
Yeah.
It had no form, no trials, no nothing.
I'll tell you.
A perfect
Had
ride.
Luke on it. Had
Gave
Luke
it
on
a
it.
perfect
ROI.
ride.
Well, as Luke says, return on investment, he's the number one.
He is.
And he demands, as we look at the tally at the moment, he demands that he's right down there.
Oh, he's on 5
votes.
He's on 5. He's going up.
He's on Zach's on 17.
Yeah, he's...
you know what?
You've been a bit harsh, Shane. I think you've got to give Luke a couple.
As I say,
He's
give
on
Luke
5.
a chance, mate.
I will. He's got time on his side. He's only 22. He's only a baby, Richo.
Yeah.
We're going to start to pick things up a little notch now because we're about to be joined by the 4th member of the Fabulous 4. Well, this is our favourite part of the show because this is when the triple trio becomes the Fabulous 4 because clearly the most talented member of our team who's based here in Hong Kong is Nicole Purton, who joins us now. And Nick, thanks for allowing us into your country again.
Yeah.
We got to customs, we showed our passports and they said, Nicole's given you the stamp.
Welcome back, boys.
Yeah.
How's the first few days been since, I know we had fun last night.
Yes, we certainly did. Actually,
Good.
you did a fantastic job showcasing all various parts of Happy Valley, always developing the Hong Kong jockey. Great job.
They are developing a bit. I tell you what, talking about developing, what about the little development of you as a jockey?
Hair growth.
What was
That mob of hair
What happened there?
We found a glitch in AI.
I tell you what,
That was a
you
tech
found one.
glitch.
Yeah, exactly. That was certainly interesting. We're going to show people at home. That'll get a few good
And there's
laughs.
rumours you said big wins for everyone last night.
Oh, absolutely.
Money galore.
Money galore, courtesy of this genius. Don't worry about that. A lot of Australians are in town. There's real buzz around, as it always is, Nick.
There is. It was fun last night. It seemed like everybody was in a good mood, happy to be back. I think now we're just turning our focus to Sunday and looking forward to that.
Well, Nick, we've had a wonderful chat to your husband. And give us a little insight. How is he feeling building up to a HKIR Rising? Is he a little nervous?
It's actually funny you asked that. I was chatting with McDonald about this the other day at the races, and annoying is it as it is to admit, Zac doesn't get nervous. Like, I get so nervous before the race. I would like to think that I'm pretty cool, but I'm not. And I try not to show it, but deep down, there is pressure to deliver. But no, Zac's as cool as a cucumber. And I'm glad that he is, because I think if you are getting nervous in those barriers when you're riding HKIR Rising, like, you're not the man for the job.
Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly right. Great jockeys don't, Richo. You know, you must know that when you were running. You're not there nervous. You just run.
Please don't.
Because you were so good.
I hope he runs better than he did around Happy Valley the other day.
That's why the Zac Purtons, the Ryan Moores, the James, you hop in the gates, you know what you got to do, you got a job to do. You're not there nervous. What am I going to do?
But
you know.
I agree.
But are you appreciating
the moment?
Because Zac and you, by extension, are part of a story that will evolve over and will stand the test of time. This is making history. Race after race, it's making history. Are you enjoying it?
I am. And I have said this a few times now. It seems like a fairy tale, but it is. And the whole thing has come about, it's like this unicorn walked into our life at a moment where...
It was at a crossroads. He might have retired.
I think it definitely was. And I think that HKIR Rising has reminded Zac how fun this job can be. You know, of course it has its ups and downs, and it's really hard, but to be blessed with a horse like this, it sounds cheesy to say. I don't know how to sound cool about it, but it just really is a moment every time I watch in the same spot, and I try and take it all in. And as nervous as I get, I just think to myself, this is actually what dreams are made of. Every jockey, every owner, every trainer, every participant in racing wants to see a horse like this. So to be part of it in a small way, but still part of it, I just feel so lucky.
I rode many good horses, and horses that won 13, 15, 16 Group 1s. I never rode a HKIR Rising. I wasn't blessed. Zac's blessed.
Yeah.
If he hadn't come along, he's probably retired.
Yes.
So you got to live that moment, enjoy it, appreciate it, and roll with it.
Yeah.
And you know it.
Yeah.
I saw a wonderful photo of Zac walking with Cash down. A beautiful photo. And it actually just reminded me, this has actually become a family affair as well.
It has. Cash.
Does that make it even more special that Cash is now at an age where he's appreciating it?
I think it has, because he, Roxy and Cash probably don't fully understand the gravity of what's going on, but they also, look, they're proud of Zac, whether he's riding my horse at Bees River or riding HKIR Rising. But although I don't want Cash to be a jockey, so I'm a bit torn. I want him to enjoy this moment and make the most of it, but I also don't want him to love it too much, because I don't want him to think that, HKIR Risings just come about every week, because they certainly don't.
Hey, Richo, though, there's pressure on Nicole here.
Oh, why?
What are you wearing Sunday?
No.
It's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold.
You've got to look good. You've got to look good.
Which kills
You got
the
HKIR Rising. You got Zac, the leading jockey. You're his wife. You must look immaculate. What are you wearing?
Well, to be honest, Hong Kong International Day or not, I try and always look my best. Let's maybe not judging by today's outfit. But unfortunately, none of my outfits have arrived. So at the moment, it's up in the air.
You'll have to wait and see, Shane. You'll have to wait.
Oh, that's right. You know what? I'm going to back. I'm going to take the $1.04 that you're looking outstanding.
Thanks.
The trainers and jockeys, and we look at the premierships at the moment. Trainers is really interesting, isn't it? Casper Pounds had a wonderful night last night, and he's out there eyeballing Mark Newnham at the moment.
I know. Well,
great battle.
It's nice to see that there is a bit of a battle.
Yeah.
We've got here Mark Newnham on 24 as is Cass. It's going to be, there's still a long way to go. But look, it's nice. I'm going to be barracking for the trainers that put Zac on the most. So shout out to you guys. Ball's in your court.
Zac with 45, of course, Huey Bowman with 20. And also, there's a quality young man, Luke Ferraris, you would have known since a young boy. He is doing a great job.
He is doing so well. And it's nice to see that he has a nice horse like My Wish coming along. Yeah. And I mean, I remember turning up in 07. Luke would have been 5 years old. And I'll never forget him in the playground with this army outfit on, running around. He was the king of the playground at the time. I feel like Cash has now taken that, honour. But he's doing very well. It's nice to see young jockeys coming through and holding their own. And he really is working very hard, and he should be very proud of himself.
Oh, it's fantastic. We've got so many wonderful photos we've seen during the week, and we've got brilliant photographers all the way through. Alex Evers is obviously one of our absolute favourites, and Grant Courtney as well. Some of the images here in Hong Kong are just brilliant.
Yeah, you'd like them stuck on the wall, wouldn't you? Printed up. So there's been a number of those through the week. Nicole, any sort of whispers around the week? I know the two...
Gossip.
I know the two, not the gossip, whispers about some of a horse that may have arrived well or
not so well.
Or not so well for that matter. I know so much focus is really on the two favourites in the big race, but has there been anything else out there?
Definitely a lot of talk around HKIR Rising and Romantic Warrior, which is great, especially being in one of the camps. To be honest, no news is good news. There's not too much going around. I have been to track work. All the horses do seem to have arrived in good order. I hear the Sosi camp's pretty confident.
Yes.
Which is, that's exciting for them. He ran well in the Arc, so, but that's a competitive race.
It is.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing how Embroidery, the Japanese horse, runs the filly in the mile.
Right.
But I also like the look of Sunlight Power. I think he's been working nicely in the morning. So
he'll be a price too.
Yeah.
You can find a long shot, Nicole. Just putting that out there.
Hey, she found Zac.
Hey, he was a sure thing.
Was he?
Well, it's a perfect segue to our best bets for the day. And our best bets on Sunday. And Nicole, you lead us away. Who do you like? I mean, please tell me HKIR Rising's one.
Yes, obviously it's hard to go past HKIR Rising. I like Urban Chic in the Vase.
Right.
Let's take him for a long shot.
There we go.
Who do you like, Hutch?
Oh, look, the favourites sit themselves. I think if you want to try and extract a little bit of value in the features, HKIR Fast Network maybe as a sort of forecast, if you like. I think in the mile, I think Voyage Bubble can prove hard to beat there, and I think Soul Rush might be the value at this point in time. Outside of that, Romantic Warrior should be winning the feature, and I think GF Lotto. I think the favourites will be really hard to beat in the feature races.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. There'll be a few all-ups, won't they, rolling on in. Shane, have you got one?
In any race?
Yeah, any race.
I'll go race 9, number 3, Star Rise. Asked James about it before. It was unlucky last start, 1400. It'll be very hard to beat. It should be winning.
And, of course, a reminder, HUTCHI'S Honkers, make sure you subscribe because there will be all the form analysis for what is one of the great days of world racing. Now, we need to thank the Whirlpool and the Hong Kong Jockey Club, G1 Goldmine for their great support, New Zealand Bloodstock's another one as well, Channel 7, Racing.com, Melbourne Racing Club. Thank you, everyone, for being involved in this show. We absolutely love doing it.
Yeah, well, you love doing it. We thank everyone for their support. We've had a cast of thousands here helping us today as well.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. See, when Nicole turns up, this is what happens.
That's exactly right. Normally when we're here, we have one person, Nicole and Zac arrive, and we've got 15 people around, if you don't mind.
Keep you around a bit more.
And Nick, thanks for joining us again. Thanks for your great season. Good luck for Sunday. Happy tipping, Shane, and punting as well.
luck, boys. Good luck,
You'll
everyone.
dominate. Make sure you check out HUTCHI'S Honkers. Thanks, everyone, for watching the show.